Okay, well today we're going to have a look at the level 1 sample paper for functional skills, and it's the one about the ice cream bike. So you've got 2 things to read. This is the source document that you would get in the exam. You've got 2 documents, it says here, and it explains that you need to answer, you need to read document 1 to answer questions 1 to 9 and document 2 to answer questions 10 to 18, and then both of the documents will help you answer 19 and 20. Okay, so 20 questions altogether. And the first source document that we're looking at, it shows you here, is a web page. And it will tell you what sort of a document it is at the top. It could be a web page, it could be an email, a letter, text from a leaflet, a poster, a blog. But even if it didn't tell you, you should be able to tell what it is by the way that it's laid out on the page. And we talk about organisational features and layout features and presentational features. And these are things like, you've got the address box at the top, you've got a menu bar here in different colours, and you can see that we're on the products page here because that's highlighted. And you can also see a back and forward button, a home button and a refresh button, so you know it's a web page, and a search box as well. So you notice all these things and then you recognise what you're looking at. We've got a nice title here in different colours, all the nice colours that remind us of ice creams and holidays. And in the picture we've got the sea and it's sunny and it makes you want to go on holiday, doesn't it? It looks like a lovely place. So you've got to take all of this in. Okay, it's called, the web page is the Ice Cream Bike Company. So you could have a good guess at thinking they're selling ice cream bikes like this one in the picture. So it says, have you ever thought about starting your own business? Read on. Bikes selling all kinds of food and drink are back in fashion. Currently, takings can be as high as £500 to £600 per day. So these bikes are making a serious income for their owners. Okay, so we're definitely being sold a bike here. And because if you buy a bike, you could make money, it says. All right, now before we go on and read any more, we'll just notice that we've got subheadings here. So each section has got a subheading that tells us what it's about. The Ice Cream Bike Company, a little bit there. What is an ice cream bike is explained. Features of an ice cream bike, secret to success, getting started. So we've got lots of subheadings, and we've got at the bottom customer reviews, and then we've got a box here which says customer support. So if you needed more support, you would use this box, and we're taking all of that in because it's all important. Okay, we're noticing the different coloured text, the bold subheadings, and let's now go and have a look at the question paper. So this is what your question paper will look like. You put your name on the front and your date of birth, and it tells you here that you've got 1 hour to answer the 20 questions, and altogether there are 30 marks. So make sure that you look at each question and see how many marks it is, because it might be more than one. And you are allowed a dictionary. Okay, you don't need to write incomplete sentences, and you won't be assessed on spelling, punctuation and grammar, because this is a reading. It's testing, can you read and understand something? So it says read the documents in the source booklet and answer the questions. 1 to 9 are about document 1. We already know that. Question number 1, what are 2 things for 2 marks you have to do before you start selling ice cream? Okay, so what are 2 things you have to do before you start selling ice cream? And it's 2 things you have to do. And this will be, you're not to guess this, you're to go back into the document and find out what does it say in the document, because it will be written there, 2 things that you have to do. So we'll go and find that out in a minute. Let's just have a quick look at question number 2. Which one of the following words would best replace innovative? Okay, so this is a different sort of a question. For 1 mark, we need to find out what does this mean in the document. Okay, so what I would urge you to do is don't use a dictionary and look it up, because you'll be wasting time. If you find that word in this text, it will be obvious, hopefully, what it means by the sentence that it's in. So we've got options are cheap, safe, colourful or new. Okay, so what does innovate mean? Right, let's go back and see if we can answer those. So 2 things you have to do before you start selling ice cream. So the Ice Cream Bike Company, here at the Ice Cream Bike Company, we are leading this popular trend with our ice cream bike, handmade in the UK to the highest standards. We pride ourselves on offering a great business opportunity. What is an ice cream bike? Everybody loves ice cream, so our ice cream bike is the perfect business on a bike. It uses the latest technology for the top of the range freezer. So innovative. There's that word, look. Okay. So innovative, it's only just come onto the market. Okay, so that's kind of explaining, isn't it, what innovative mean? It's innovative because it's only just come onto the market. So if we just go and have a quick look back there, if it's only just come back onto the market, do we think it's cheap, safe, colourful or new? And you have to choose which one you think would be most appropriate. Okay, so the answer to question 2 would be D. Right, we also still need to find out what are the 2 things you need to do. Okay, so let's go back and carry on reading. It also has locking lids to keep stock secure when unattended. With eye-catching graphics, this bike will turn heads wherever it goes, and because it's smaller than an ice cream van, you never need to spend money on expensive pitch fees. This bike is an absolute winner. Okay, features of the ice cream bike. In this section here, some of the items included in our fantastic package are the basket and a beautiful umbrella. Different colour schemes are available. The freezer unit has glass lids so your customers can see what you're selling. All this for £2,495 plus VAT. A sensible price you can afford. Well, it's nice if you can afford it, isn't it? Okay, secret to success. Beaches and parks are full of customers desperate for ice cream. In garden centres, outdoor markets and car boot sales are just a few more locations to choose from. Remember, the choice of your location is the secret to your success. Getting started. Oh, here, look, this looks like it might be useful. Before you trade, you will need a permit. Okay, that's one thing you need. Local councils sell inexpensive street trading permits for less than £15. Once everything is in place, stock the freezer and ice cream and you're good to go. Okay, it looks like those are the 2 things that you would need to do when you're getting started. So question 1 is right at the end of the document. So don't be fooled into thinking that they will come in order on the document, okay? Let's just read the customer reviews while we're here. Really pleased with my ice cream bike. I take it to festivals every weekend and I'm doing a roaring trade, says Kerry in Lancashire. And what does John in Buckinghamshire say? So easy to set up, admiring glances all around. As an extra bonus, I get to keep fit by cycling around. I would recommend both the bike and the business. Okay, let's go back to the question paper. So we've put our 2 things in there. We need a permit and we need to stock our fridges. Let's go on to question 3. What 2 pieces of information for 2 marks in the first 2 paragraphs? It's telling you where to look here. That's useful, thank you. Suggest that now is a good time to buy an ice cream bike in the first 2 paragraphs. So we're looking here and here. It says, have you ever thought about starting your own business? Read on. Bikes selling all kinds of food and drink are back in fashion. Okay, that's a good reason to do something because it's in fashion. Currently, takings can be as high as £500 to £600 a day, so these bikes are making a serious income for their owners. Let's see why else is now a good time. Here at the Ice Cream Bike Company, we are leading this popular trend with our ice cream bike, handmade in the UK to the highest standards. We pride ourselves on offering a great business opportunity. So these 2 phrases here are what we're looking for. Back in fashion and popular trend both mean that something is good to do now. If something is a popular trend, it means that now people really like it. So it might have not been a good idea a year ago and it might not be a good idea next year, but right now it's a popular trend. Right, so this is what it's asking you to do. It's asking you to find phrases and so that the examiner can see that you understand what these phrases mean. So you would copy both of those 2 phrases into onto these 2 lines here for 2 marks, okay? So when you see this word suggest here, okay, it means that you're looking for a phrase that means that means this, okay? You get this word suggest come up quite a lot. Okay, question 4. What is one useful feature of freezer lids? Okay, so we need to go. Now let's use the subheadings to go to the right place. Okay, freezer lids, where is that? And I'm going to guess that it's in the features. Because the feature was an ice cream bike, maybe the lid. So here we go, look. The freezer unit has glass lids so that your customer can see what you're selling. Okay, so one useful feature is glass. They're made of glass. Okay. Number 5. Give 3 words or phrases. This is a big question here, look. Okay, 3 marks. So we're going to spend a bit more time on this one. Give 3 words or phrases, and a phrase just means more than 1 word. Okay, so that might just be 2 words together. Give 3 words or phrases in document 1 that suggest the ice cream bite looks attractive. Okay, so where does it say it looks attractive? And we've got to look in the whole. We've got to look in the whole of the document here. I mean, we've got beautiful umbrella here, haven't we? That straight away jumped out at me. Eye-catching graphics. Okay, these are the sorts of things we're looking at. And it might be that you need to read through again all of this writing until you come across these, because it's very tempting in an exam to have your eyes jump around and jump here, jump here, jump here, looking for these words. But actually, I mean, I was lucky then. These jumped out at me. But in the exam, really just start at the beginning. Okay, start at the beginning and go through, and you will get there and you won't miss anything that way. We also actually today have the benefit of the mark scheme. So I'm just going to go there and show you what that looks like. Oh, you can see actually, look, there were more than 2 things that you need to do before you can start selling, and one of them would be buy a bike. Okay, choose a location, get a permit, and stock the freezer. Okay, so sometimes it might only ask you for 2 things, but there are more than 2 things that you could say. Back in fashion, currently takings of £500-600 a day, make a serious income. Popular trend, great business opportunity. I still like the ones that we said better, because they actually are talking about it being a good idea now, which is what the question says. Oh, we've got locking lids as well. Look, you could have said. And here we go. So yeah, eye-catching, we found that one. Will turn heads. That was another one we missed. Beautiful, admiring glances all around. So you can see this is a phrase with 4 words in. So a phrase just means more than 1 word. Okay. Will turn heads. But you can see that you don't need to write in full sentences at all for any of these answers. Right, question 6. Exclamation marks are used in document 1 to give a sense of. Right, let's go and have a look at the exclamation marks. Right, we've got one here. Read on. Okay, what's that exclamation mark for? It's because the person is excited and enthusiastic, and they really want you to read on because they think this is a great idea and they really want you to buy a bike. So it's encouraging. It's the perfect business on a bike. Look, there's another one. Very excited. So let's just see if we've got enough examples there. Perfect business on a bike, and read on. So anger, no. Humour, not really. Enthusiasm, definitely. Surprise, not really. So out of those 4, it's quite clear, isn't it? We've got an enthusiastic writer. This is really important. You're always going to get a question like this, and they might use the word tone as well. What's the tone? And that just means what's the emotion, what's the mood. And here we've got to give a sense of. Okay. Question 7, identify 1 fact and 1 opinion. And we've got this is a 2-mark question, look. So this you will always get in the features section of document 1. So always remember to look in the right place, okay? So let's go to the features section here. And we want one fact. And what I would urge you to do in the exam, if possible, go for the numbers. Numbers and dates and times are often facts. And one fact here is the cost of the bike. Okay, so the bike costs £2,495 plus VAT is a fact. Okay. What about this that it says afterwards? A sensible price you can afford. Would you say that that is a fact? I certainly would argue with that. I think that is, well, I don't know whether it's sensible or not, but I certainly can't be told I could afford it. Okay, so if there's something that somebody is saying to you, they might be stating it like it's a fact, but actually it's an opinion. Let's see if we can find other facts or opinions. Some of the items included in our fantastic package, as soon as somebody uses an adjective to describe something, it's often an opinion. Fantastic package, well, somebody else might say it's a rubbish package, okay? And also this here, beautiful umbrella, all right? This beautiful umbrella, somebody else might think it's ugly umbrella. So those, fantastic package, beautiful umbrella, both opinions. But what about these different colour schemes are available? Well, you can't argue with that. They just are available. That's what they sell. So that you could use as a fact. The freezer unit has glass lids. Sounds pretty factual to me. So your customers can see what you're selling. So there's quite a few options in there. Let's just go and have a quick look at the mark scheme. And look, it's split up that paragraph into facts. The freezer unit has a glass lid. Customers can see what you're selling. Basket and umbrella are included. Different colour schemes available. And the price. Whereas here, these are all opinions. Fantastic, beautiful, sensible. You can afford it. Or just opinions. Okay? And we're getting to the end now of the questions for... I think these are the last two questions for the first document. What is one colour scheme available for the bike? Now, interesting this one. I'm just going to skip straight to this. It doesn't say, it talks about different colour schemes, but it doesn't say what the colours are. For that, you have to look at the picture. Always pay attention to the image because there will be a question in the exam that relates to the image. I once gave students this paper to do in black and white because I printed it on a photocopier and they couldn't answer that question. Okay, so the image is important. It will contain information about one of the questions. So here we've got a blue colour scheme for the bike. So the answer to this one, question A, is blue. And last question for document 1 is, how could you ask the ice cream bike company a question? And here, do you remember at the bottom of the page, we've got customer support. How may we help? This is how you would ask a question. And in the exam, the examiner wants to see that you know how to use a web page. It's not just about reading the words and understanding them. It's about understanding how a web page works. So if you see any links or boxes or anything like that, it's likely there will be a question about it. So the answer to this would be the customer support box. That would do just fine. Let's see what it says in the mark scheme. Question 9, contact us tab or customer support box at the bottom. How may we help? You can say any of these things as long as you make it clear to the examiner you know what you're referring to the right part of the document. Okay.